Hey, welcome back to Juicy Tech. My name is Ario D Juiced. All right, so sorry for the poor quality video. I'm using my iPhone, the front-facing camera, so it's not the best quality, but best that I can do. Anyway, want to talk to you about today's task or my current projects as a IT support specialist. That's going to be today's video. Just discuss today's, I guess, assignments and tasks that were given to me from my higher ups at my job. I work in IT, and that's going to be today's video. So anyway, without further ado, today's first task is we are having some problems with a couple of users are not able to log into a specific website where they are able to manage their accounts in terms of their finances, their profile. They can also put in time off, PTO, sick time, all the above. We have a specific site where we have employees are able to do that. And a lot of these users are new hires. So for some reason, they're not able to access that website. And at first, I thought it was just one person having this problem. Then we find out it's multiple people, about like 4 people having the same issue, and all four are new hires. And again, they're having a tough time, trying to access this website. However, they are able to surf the web. They can log into to different websites. For example, they can log into YouTube.com, or I'm sorry, that's blocked. We don't allow anyone to use YouTube.com where I work, unless you request it for whatever reason and it's granted. But yeah, that's blocked. But if you're able to access something like train behind me, if you see that, whatever. All right, train's gone. So they're able to access different websites, CNN or FoxNews.com. So it works. They're able to surf the web, but for some reason, this one specific website they cannot access. So we're trying to get that resolved. We did escalate the issue where we are now having our cybersecurity professionals just work their magic and figure out what's going on. I do believe we are using this security program called Zscaler, and I really can't give too much information about it, really, but it's what we use to basically, it's one of our security measures. So I do see some of our cybersecurity people are using Zscaler to fix this issue. It's not resolved yet, but yeah, it's just kicking our butts. At first, I thought it was just one person having a DNS settings issue, so I just checked that out. It's fine. I was able to reset their browser that they use primarily, which is Edge. I reset that browser and nothing. So yeah, it had to be escalated to someone else, to another department, and hopefully they can get that resolved soon. But that's today's current task, is to get that fixed, working with our cybersecurity professionals and trying to resolve this problem ASAP. So that's one there. Another problem is a lot of password resets are not doing too well, meaning people are requesting password resets and HR is contacting my department to reset these passwords. The issue is, for some reason, the passwords are not working. Meaning once I reset the password, it should give you access once that new password is given to you by HR. For some reason, they're not able to use that new password that was generated, and I don't know why. You know what? I'm sorry. There is one specific reason why I think this is happening. I think it has something to do with the domain and the trust. I really can't give too much information. I don't really want to confuse you or misinform you, but it has a lot to do with that right now. That's one issue. The trust and domain is not working. It's not synced. It's not reading each other, and that's causing people not to be able to use their new password to log into their accounts. So that's one problem or another. That's another issue right there. I'm currently imaging. I have to get done imaging over 20 new laptops, literally, and it ain't easy. It's not easy. We're using Avanti to do that, to basically image computers. Avanti's pretty cool. I kind of prefer that over Autopilot, to be honest with you. Avanti's really good, but sometimes it can be a very tedious operation to image a computer. Things go wrong easily. Things go wrong so easily, and it's almost like it's almost like a miracle if one gets done completely imaged. So that's another, I guess, project I'll say that I'm working on, is trying to image as much as I can. We are hiring a lot, and yeah, we need computers to be imaged and to make sure we get that new computer to the user or new hire ASAP. So that's another, I guess, project that I'm working on, trying to image the computers as quickly as possible. Sometimes some people need different softwares or programs. For example, maybe if you work in finance, you may need a specific program to use to do your job. And just like someone that works in logistics, they may need a specific software to do their job, like SAP. I do understand a lot of the people that works in logistics, in the warehouse basically, they use SAP frequently. So they're using scanners and stuff like that to scan barcodes, and that information ends up on their screen into SAP, and they do what they need to do. So everyone's different, obviously, but so we have to make sure we are pushing the correct software and program to that computer before the user receives it. And that's another project. Just image a computer and make sure we set everything up completely. When I image a computer, I want to make sure their OneDrive is synced to their computer, and I want to make sure their Teams and Outlook is ready to be utilized. I want to make sure they have Chrome and Edge if they decide to use either or. I want to make sure the time and date is correct on the device. I want to make sure I'm able to remote access into the computer using Beyond Trust. Sometimes I use my Microsoft Teams to take control of their computer. That's possible. You can use Microsoft Teams to do that. Not the best experience. It's kind of wonky every now and then, very glitchy, but it is an option to remote access someone's computer using Microsoft Teams. So yeah, that's just the way I like to image computer. I like to make sure everything is ready to go once the user logs into their computer with their temporary password. Then they have to change the password to a new one, and once they're inside the computer, they're just ready to go. There's nothing that needs to be synced or set up. Everything's ready to go, literally. All they need to do is just start working and go from there. But yeah, so I have to image a bunch of computers. There's one more thing I want to talk about. I think that might be all for today, for today's tasks and projects. I like to do these videos. This kind of gives someone a perspective on what to expect at their IT job, especially if you work in IT support. You're going to deal you'll deal with a lot of password resets, depending on what account or what software the person's using. They could be using Salesforce. They could be using, of course, the Microsoft 365, or they could be using something like SAP. So a lot of password resets are something that you will see commonly working in IT support or working as the IT support specialist. A lot of time you also deal with a lot of network issues where maybe someone puts in the ticket that they're not able to surf the web, or they just lost connection. Sometimes it's the network, the actual port is malfunctioning. So that's something you will deal with every now and then as well, some networking issues. And I think that's about it. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Much love to you. Close the door. I post on LinkedIn, I post on TikTok and IG daily. I post content on there. If you wish to connect with me on those platforms, feel free to do that. I also have an email newsletter available on my website called juicytech.com. juicytech.com is the name of the website. I would love for you to join the email list when you get a chance. I like to have a community off the platform just to kind of have control of everything. And yeah, we just stay connected even off YouTube. I would like that. Maybe you would like that as well. So join when you get a chance. The email list newsletter on my website, juicytech.com. I'll leave everything that I just disclosed to you in the box below the video, down there, down in the description box. Down there is where everything is there, ready for you to consume. But yeah, thanks for watching once again. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.